ॐ एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवांसस्तनूभिः विषेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ या देवी स्तूयते नित्यं विबुधैर्वेदपारगैः सा मे वसतु जिह्वाग्रे ब्रह्मरूपा सरस्वती। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिनि व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। निरञ्जनं नित्यमनन्तरूपं भक्तानुकम्पात्सुतविग्रहं वै ईशावतारं परमेशमीड्यं तं रामकृष्णं शिरसा नमामि। यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्तिः रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिय सर्वविद्यास्वरूपान्तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। विवेकजानन्दनिमग्नचित्तं विवेकदानैकविनोदशीलं विवेकभासा कमनीयकान्तिं विवेकिनं तम् अहं नमामि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। Every spiritual aspirant has to consciously struggle to transcend his physical and emotional personalities. Without transcending his physical and emotional personalities, gaining this knowledge is difficult. Even if we understand the message of the Upanishad, still that understanding will not be useful for our day-to-day life. Whether we understand or not, whether we accept or not, we are Nitya Mukta Ishvara Swarupaha. Understanding and assimilating this knowledge makes our day-to-day life as a Mukta Jivanam. Knowledge is not going to make us as Muktas, because we are already Muktas. Everyone is already Mukta. What is the use of that? Unless it is useful for my day-to-day life. It is like a prince living as a beggar. Neither the prince knows that he is a prince, nor he is able to give up his beggarliness and own up his princeness. What is the use of being prince by birthright? Similarly, we also by birthright, we are birthless. We don't have any samsara at all. But this is not the experience which we go through in our day-to-day life. So entire Vedanta Shastram is not to make anyone as Mukta Purushaha, but to own up his Nitya Muktatvam and live accordingly to that knowledge. So the knowledge has to be assimilated, and in that process of gaining and assimilation, the biggest obstacle will be our own age-old samsaric personality, So one should be very much conscious about this pitfall and handle this pitfall. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, it is an universal problem. You need not be guilt about it, that you are not able to handle this pitfall. It is a universal problem, but it is possible to conquer. Yatato hyapi kaunteya purushasya vipaschitaha indriyani pramathini haranti prasabham manaha. Yatataha api, even if you are conscious and struggling. Vipaschitaha api, even if you are well-informed person. Still, this is going to be a hard practice. It requires firm resolution in your mind that I will not put down myself. That is the resolution. I will not put down myself. My nature is akhandatvam. I will not put down myself as an individual. With this strong resolution, if you navigate your life with the help of the Ishvara, you will certainly overcome this pitfall. You can certainly transcend your physical and emotional personalities. So, Bhagavan says, Uddhared atmanatmanam na atmanam avasadayet atmaiva atmano bandhuhu atmaiva ripuhu atmanaha. In the spiritual life, only one enemy will be your weak mind, your samsaric emotional personality. The same mind only is going to be helpful also. That samsaritvam, the beggarliness, has to be transcended. I want, I want, I want, I want. This beggarliness. It doesn't go even if you go to the Vaikuntha or Shivaloka. That is the most difficult thing to accept. At least somewhere else it should subside. No. I want doesn't go because the I as an individual, as a apurna vastu exists. That is why Shastram says, Dvidiyadvai bhayam bhavati. As long as you are a second entity in the creation, and the first entity, even if it is your own Ishtadevata Bhagavan, but still bhayam bhavati. Bhayam bhavati means what? I want, will I get it? Why can't I get it? When I get it? This will be there. What I want may change, but that I want will not change. So only one solution. What is that solution? You have to become akhandam. Kimichan kasya kamaya shariram anusanjaret. Upanishad asks. Once you burst out from the status called bubbleness, what you are? You are akhanda waters. Already you are akhanda waters only. Without water, where is the possibility of being a bubble? That apparent shape, both physical and emotional. Everyone has shapes. Inside one shape, outside one shape. For others to see one shape, for oneself to see another shape. With the dress, others to see. Without any alankara, oneself to see, physically. Emotionally also. Being a gentleman, others to see. Being a Rakshasa, wants to see. So this dichotomy has to be completely transcended. Therefore, Bhagavan says, don't give up, even if you fail 1,000 times or 1,00,000 times or 1,000 janmas. You have the birthright to try one more time. That's what here Bhagavan says, Uddare, get up. Who can be told get up? One who is fallen alone can be addressed, get up. Uttishta kaunteya. Now then he says, Uttishta kaunteya. how to get up, how to again climb back. Bhagavan says, be careful, don't fall. But still, everyone will fall. A rishi, namely Saubhari Rishi, from childhood onwards, he has hidden himself from the perception of the creation and lived in waters inside the ocean. Like a fish, whole life he lived under sea. Through his yogic Shakti, he could live. Once after meditation, when he opened his eyes, he saw daddy fish, mummy fish, then children fish, all are enjoying their life. Then suddenly, I don't have anyone. I don't have anyone to call me as daddy. Then he got up from meditation, came out of the ocean and approached a Raja who had 50 girls as his daughters. When he approached the Raja invited, because old Rishi, what service I can do? Give a daughter to me in marriage. That was his request. Then Raja thought, this is old man. How can I marry my daughter to this man? He was afraid of Rishi Shapa also. So he wanted to escape from his anger, Rishi's anger. So he told, I have no problem. Marriage is a matter of consent from the girl side also. If any of my daughter wants you to marry, I have no problem, like that he told. Okay, where are your daughters? He asked. Rishi asked. Then he was taken to the inner apartments of the palace. Rishi understood this Raja's oscillation. So for everyone who were living in their inner apartment, daughters, he appeared as a very charming young man. So every daughter wanted to marry this man. And they were fighting also in between them. Hey, no, I only saw first. He belonged to me. Like that, everyone wanted to marry him. When Raja came after 10 minutes, all the daughters requesting their father to arrange for marriage with this man. Then father was asking, for father's perception, he is old man. Only these girls are perceiving. All the army walas and security guards, they are wondering, what happened to these girls? Suddenly they wanted to marry this old man like that. Yoga Maya. People have, Rishis had that siddhi. So no other way, he has to fulfill his promise. So he gave all the daughters in marriage. Then after 6 months, the Raja wanted to know how my daughters are living, that too in forest. Because Rishi did not have any palace. Nor he will accept if any palace is given to him. Rishi took every one of them to the forest. Then when Raja went after 6 months to know how they are living, he saw inside the forest, palace after palace are there. Acha? Oh, he's not ordinary Rishi. Very famous and wealthy Rishi, he may be. Oh, like that when he entered first house, one daughter came and invited the father, and she expressed her happiness and gratitude to the father that you have given me in marriage to such a wonderful young man, beautiful, noble man like that. Acha? But for his eye, the Rishi appears as old man only. Then every house, this is the story. Then the Raja thought, if he is in 50 houses, certainly he is not original. What is original Rishi is doing like that? When he saw one original Rishi was sitting under meditation. Then he waited for his completion of meditation. Then when the Rishi opened the eyes, he saw father-in-law is sitting in front of him. So Jamata, son-in-law, has to make pranam. He made pranam. Then the Raja got up and, Gurudev, I understood the magical power. Okay, you are not there, you are here only. What you are doing in meditation? No, no, I am just imagining. Whatever my imagination is going on in reality. There is no physical marriage. Only through imagination going on. Why this incident is recorded in the scripture? Because the fall need not be physical. It can be through imagination also. And fall need not be for ordinary people only. It can be for any person. This was Saubari Rishi's story. There are so many stories like that. One Jadabharata Maharaj. Jadabharata Maharaj was an emperor of this Bharata Desha. He has given up everything and fallen with attachment with the deer. And in Ramayana, again this fall. What is the meaning of fall? What is the meaning of spiritual fall? You disassociate yourself from the divine entity. You identify yourself as a physical and emotional personality, and because of that identification, which is based on illusion and ignorance, you disassociate yourself from the divine nature. That is called spiritual fall. This fall happened even for Mother Sita, because Bhagavan has to teach. Na? Even if you are life companion, once you have a form, you should be very careful, my dear Sita. What a pain Mother Sita had to undergo just for desiring a deer. The deer costed her very dearly. In spite of warning, Viveka Shakti is not at all overpowered by first desire. Lakshmana Maharaj wants, Viveka Shakti wants. That's why Sadhu Sangha always required for a spiritual seeker. They will observe, you are not able to get up early in the morning, alarm bell ring. Your mind is towards entertainment, then alarm bell is ring. So any change in your routine, daily routine, dinacharya, sadhus will find out. Anywhere you get attachment, sadhus will find out. என்னப்பா உட்காந்து கணக்கு எழுதினே இருக்கிறியா? One Swami, when I was brahmachari, I was writing accounts. One elderly Swamiji told, this is the prayer time, my dear. You have not come here to write accounts. Go for prayer. So this is the benefit of Sadhu Sangha. They will find out if anywhere the vehicle is getting into trouble. But still, in spite of that, if you don't hear their warning, either from the outside or from the inside, warning comes either from outside or from inside. Both are arranged by Bhagavan only. The person's spiritual fall is inevitable. Vishwamitra Maharaj, Chakravarti, Raghukula Chakravarti, Rama's Purvaja, Ikshvakukula Chakravarti, he had to fall not one time, 2 times. Initially for Abhimana, he had to spend all his tapashakti to send Trishanku to Swarga. Whether a fellow goes to Swarga or not, what problem you have? What is the utility of that sending someone to Swarga? Just for proving oneself, he spent. Then second time, you know that, Apsaras. So, every spiritual seeker should be alert. No need to be afraid of. The fall is not going to destroy us. Even Ishvara cannot destroy, cannot deny our Nitya Muktatvam. Ishvara cannot say you will be doomed forever. No, it is not possible. He can challenge. Only thing is repeatedly the senses. That's what here Bhagavan says. Are neither Devata, nor Ishvara, nor creation is going to be your enemy or your friend, both. First enemy will be your own uncontrolled mind and senses. First friend will be your own controlled mind and senses. Uddhared atmanatmanam na atmanam avasadayet atmaiva atmano bandhuhu atmaiva ripuratmanaha. Who is that ripu? Who is that bandhu? Bhagavan says in the next shloka itself, bandhuratma manastasya yena atmaiva atmana jitaha atmanastu shatrutve vartet atmaiva shatruvate. Atmanaha bandhuhu. Who is that? The conquered mind is the bandhu. The unconquered mind is going to prove as an enemy. The same idea is from the Upanishad. This idea Bhagavan has taken from the Upanishad imagery, the Ratha Kalpana. Who helps us to travel? Horses. Who are the reason for our accident? Horses. The controlled horses help us to reach the destination. Tat Vishnoho Paramam Padam Upanishad says. So, initial warning, then after falling, before falling warning, after falling Bhagavan gives, okay, one more time you try. You try one more time how to climb from spiritual fall. First thing is the decision you have to make. I will not accept my defeat. I will not accept my defeat. Yes, I am defeated by my own mind and senses, but I will not accept my defeat. I will try one more time. Like a freedom fighter. Who is that freedom fighter? Every time he is reminded of he is a slave, but internally, in his mind, he doesn't accept that slavery. Therefore, he struggles to get rid of. Correct? What is the difference between slave and a freedom fighter? Both are slave. One accepts that slavery, one doesn't accept that slavery. Freedom fighter doesn't accept this slavery. So, therefore, Bhagavan here says, don't accept this slavery. The next stage is, again take a decision, I will follow only what Shastram says. Yes, Shastra vidhi mutsritya vartate kamakaradaha nacha siddhim avapnoti na sukham na parangati. Already told. We also by hearted. Again, remind yourself the same rule. See, Government of India, National Highways Department gives a route with a board. You travel this road, you will reach Delhi or Bombay, like that. According to your whims and fancies, you will leave out that national highway and go somewhere else to avoid the toll. There are some intelligent fellows, they want to avoid the toll. Toll is made for paying for a good road in which you save your petrol. Some percentage is given as a toll, that's all. If you go in that road, you are saving. But these fellows, very intelligent, they think about themselves, we are very intelligent. We will take shortcut. Where shortcut? There is no shortcut. So again, you have to come back to national highways. Understand? In order to avoid certain discipline, you want to take some shortcut. Then nice beating. What is the beating you know? What is the beating you know? Every spiritual seeker gets after falling. What is the beating you know? Low self-image. Low self-image. Did I do that? Did I think that? Can I think like that? Still Rakshasa is in my mind. Like that, low self-image It is called silent suffering. After getting beaten by police, the person, the freedom fighter, suffers silently. But he will not give up as long as he is a fighter, freedom fighter. So therefore, Bhagavan says, make again one more time resolution, resolve that I will follow the Vedic way of life only. Tasmat Shastram Pramanam te Karya Karya Vyavasthitau Jnatva Shastra Vidhanoktam Karma Kartum Iha Arhasi. Only way is you have to follow the Vedic way of life. First resolution. Second one is, in particular, what you have to do. Bhagavan deals that particular details of again coming back in 6th chapter from shloka number 7 to shloka number 21. Note down. You can note down. So he says how to sit, what type of asana you should have, and samam kaya shiro griva. Like that he gives particular details. In general, come back to Bhagavan. Come back to Upasana mode. Your fall happened because of Upasana only. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsaha. Like that it started, na? Your meditation made you to fall. Again what you have to do? Again meditate to rise. Dhyanam. Vishaya Dhyanam leads to fall. Ishvara Dhyanam leads to Ishta Devata Dhyanam leads to Guru Murti Dhyanam leads to rising oneself. Therefore, Bhagavan says, Mayyeva mana adatsva Mayi buddhim niveshaya Nivashishyasi mayyeva Ata urdhvam na samshayaha Ata urdhvam na samshayaha. You will go upward. In 12th chapter it comes. Mayyeva mana adatsva Mayi buddhim niveshaya Nivashishyasi mayyeva. You will live in me. That means what? When you meditate on me, you will live in me. That means what? There is no duality, my dear. The separation is just a thought. Samsara is nothing but a thought. Individuality is nothing but a thought. It's a beautiful clue, you know. Bhagavan gives a beautiful clue. Just change the channel of thinking. If you think in this way, you are samsari. If you think in that way, you are mukta purushaha. So thinking is going to determine your muktatvam and samsaritvam. Once you have understood that you are fallen because of wrong thinking, start right thinking. What is the right thinking? There is only one right thinking in the spiritual path. What it is? Thinking about Ishvara, Ishvara Dhyanam. It can be Leela Dhyanam, it can be Rupa Dhyanam, it can be Vachana Dhyanam. What do you mean by Vachana Dhyanam? Ishvara Vachana Dhyanam. What we are doing now is Ishvara Vachana Dhyanam. Shastra Vichara is called Ishvara Vachana Dhyanam. Because what we are analyzing, about what we are thinking? Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. We are thinking about the statements told by the Bhagavan. So either Leela Dhyanam or Rupa Dhyanam or Nama Dhyanam or Vachana Dhyanam or Swarupa Dhyanam. If you take that, then naturally, immediately, you get up. Then the spiritual seeker says, we know that Bhagavan, in spite of that only we had fallen. Because when we sit to think about you, naturally sleep comes. Nidra Devi comes to us. Japamala falls from the hand. What to do? Body is sitting here. Mind is going to world tour. Beginning from masal vada to so many things are there to remember. And nowadays, it's an information age, they call. How much hurdle this information age creates for a spiritual seeker, you know. See, you can think only what you come across. Correct? In those days, this much of bombardment was not there, nor access to any information itself. There was only one universal reporter, Bhagavan Narada, and truthful reporter. What is happening anywhere in the creation? If you meet him, you will get that some information. Otherwise, what is your world? What is your nearby people? What about your village? Small group it is. Now, we have millions of people in our mind. Beginning from an actor onwards, up to dog. Dog I cannot forget. Because many people's life is taken away by this simple looking animal. It is a very unfortunate for human being to spend life for a dog. Very unfortunate. Either spend for God or spend for at least human being. We don't say don't love or serve the dog, but don't accept the dog as your relative. That is too much for an animal to get that position. People calling the dog as son, daughter, son. If you want to call anyone a son, daughter, call an orphan child or any child. Certainly not an animal. So, lot of things are there in the mind of the sadhaka. Because he has gathered unknowingly, knowingly. It's not possible to meditate on you, Bhagavan. You don't know the present age, wherein Google and Instagram and WhatsApp. WhatsApp means what, you know? What is happening? What is happening is the question in the mind of the person. This is happening is given by WhatsApp. Answer is in the form of application. App means application. Instagram. Very nicely they have put this name, you know. I have analyzed every name. X. X means what? You have the curiosity to know what is that X. If X is equal to, mathematics starts now. X means what? Unknown. Unknown is given by one app called X. Instagram. What is happening? It is given to you by instantly you come to know that. Like that I have my own definition for all these providers. Okay. So if you say, no, Bhagavan, it's very difficult. Then Bhagavan says, Ata chittam samadhatum na shaknoshi mayi sthiram. If you are not able to fix your mind on me means what? On my rupa, on my nama, on my teaching, on my swarupa, on my leela, then what you have to do? You know, Bhagavan knows that. It is difficult to fix the mind on the Lord. Then what you have to do, you know? Abhyasa yogena tato mamichatum dhananjaya. Desire and practice. Desire for what? Desire to meditate. Desire to think about. Desire and practice. If that is possible, why I complain to you, my dear? If you ask, Bhagavan says, Abhyase pyasamarthosi matkarma paramo bhava. Stage by stage is coming down. If you are not able to attempt to meditate, first thing is meditate. Second one is attempt to meditate with desire to meditate. Then third one is matkarma paramaha bhava. You do my seva. Now physical level has come. Get up. What he wants to say? All right, you get up. Don't sit and think about Vishaya Dhyanam. Don't sit and do Vishaya Dhyanam. Either you do Ishvara Dhyanam or you get up and do Ishvara Karma. What is that Ishvara Karma? Shivajnane Jiva Seva. Go and spend time. 45 minutes time is there, na? That meditation time. If you are not able to spend in meditation, get up and do seva. What seva you should do? Do seva to the nearby people for some time, for some days, for some month. As long as your mind is not calmed down, you do this seva. Abhyasephyasamartosi matkarma paramo bhava madarthamapi karmani kurvan siddhimavapsyasi. By doing seva to me, with the attitude Shivajnane Jiva Seva, you will get purity of mind. Then slowly mind will be sattvic, then you will sit for meditation. That also not possible, Bhagavan. Mind is attracted towards YouTube and so many other entertainment. What to do? Ataidadabhya shaktosi kartum madhyogam ashitaha. Even if you are not able to do that also, no problem. Bhagavan is so compassionate. No problem. Sarva karma phala tyagam tatakuru yat atmavan. You surrender to me. What is the meaning of this surrender at this stage? Yatatmavan bhava. Stop your activity. வண்டி ஒழுங்கா ஓடலாம் என்ன சொல்லுவோம்? ஏய் நிறுத்து. Bhagavan says stop. Stop your dinacharya. Go for seclusion. Go for seclusion. Get away from that atmosphere. Physical seclusion will help you to reflect on your activity. When something around you only, they are prompting. No, when I am in seclusion also they are prompting, but their effect will be very less. It is like trying to see mobile phone where there is no signal. Signal இல்லையே எப்படி சினிமா பார்ப்பீங்க? That's why many of our ashramas have a jammer, They have signal jammers. The visitors don't know that. They will come and complain. Maharaj, you வந்த உடனே as soon as you enter, signal இருக்க மாட்டேங்குது Maharaj. No signal. We know that we have kept the jammer. So, when attractive objects and people physically are not there, you are made to calm down. You are made to calm down. Then slowly remembrance of Lord will come, and then that's called Sarva Karma Phala Tyagam. Sarva Karma Tyagam and Sarva Karma Phala Tyagam. Hand over yourself to me. That is the final suggestion. Same thing we come across in the life of Bhagavan Sri Ram Krishna. Girish Chandra Ghosh, a disciple of Sri Ram Krishna, comes and says, comes and asks, what is the way for mukti? Then Bhagavan gives all Vedantic teaching. No, I am not able to understand all those things. You tell something which I can understand. Oh, acha. Okay, morning, evening you do prayer. Prayer? Because he was a drunkard. Because of his alcohol habit, he told, I don't know when is morning and evening. Very difficult. Acha? Oh, that much level you are addicted for alcohol. Yes, Swami, what to do? In my childhood, if I would have seen you, I would not have got this habit at all. You came very late in my life. What to do? Acha? Okay. When you eat, remember the Lord and eat. Stage by stage he is coming, you see. When you eat, remember the Lord and eat. What I eat, when I eat, I don't know. Consciously, I do only one thing. What is that? Drinking alcohol. Acha, food also you don't take consciously. No, Bhagwan. It's not possible. Because after alcohol only I can consume food. All drunkards will consume food only after alcohol, so that it will come out vomited. Then Bhagavan told, all right, hand over yourself to me. Final instruction is what you know? Hand over yourself to me. Girish Chandra Bose says, that time it appeared as though very easy thing to do. When Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna reminded me that what is the meaning of that handing over, then I found I am totally bracketed. I cannot do anything without his permission. Similarly, here also Bhagavan says, Sarva karma phalatyagam kuru yatatmavan san. ஒரு பொடி வச்சிட்டாருங்க. You cannot hand over yourself as an indisciplined fellow. Casually, you cannot hand over yourself to the Ishvara. Yatatmavan san. What is the meaning of yatatmavan? Atmavan means what? One who has the control over his own mind and senses. Very tricky. The Krishna always problematic even in teacherhood role, not only in social roles. See, the entire context begins with what? I am not able to control my senses and mind. What should I do? That is the question. He started giving suggestion. Don't worry, it is very easy. Meditate on me, like that it started. Then finally, how he says, you see, you hand over yourself being a disciplined man. அரே அதுதான் இல்லைன்னு தானே சொல்றேன். That means what? Bhagavan himself knows and wants to say indirectly, there is no shortcut, my dear. There is no shortcut. You have to handle your mind and senses. I can help. My Rupam can help. My Vachanam can help. My Leelas can help. But you have to make use of that. Atha etad api ashaktosi, like that he adds one statement. If you are not able to do, if you are not able to do, means what? You have to do. Meditate on me, he says. If you are not able to do, work for me, he says. That also if you are not able to do, hand over to me. Who has to do all these things? You only have to do. Repeatedly you should come back to me, my dear. I am there to help you always. But coming back must be your part. Some children, after falling, to show off their fall, they will make the entire scene mess. Like that, they will cry. And if somebody comes and catch that child, so it will make a show off. Arey, get up. Who has to get up? Suppose mother lifts forcefully, the child will put all weight for not getting up. Arey, mother can help only when the child wants to get up. That's why Bhagavan says, Uddare. There is no substitute for self-effort. My grace, my help cannot substitute your self-effort. Understand? Very important teaching hidden in these tricky shlokas. It's a very tricky shloka. All these 4 shlokas, 12th chapter, 8th shloka onwards it starts. And how sarva karma phala tyagam tatah kuriyat atmavan. You repeatedly try to read by heart and think over. Actually, Bhagavan is making us to go round and round. What does it mean, you know? No substitute. All helps are useful help only for a person who wants to use that help. I repeat again, all helps are useful help only for that person who wants to use that help. So there is no substitute for Purusha Prayatna, for self-effort. Ishvara grace, Ishvara's guidance, Sadhu's guidance, blessings. Mother Sarada Devi used to say, 4 blessings are required. Ishvara Anugraham, Guru Anugraham, Shastra Anugraham, and Atma Anugraham. Whether you get other 3 Anugraham or not, if you have Atma Anugraham, Anugraham of your own mind, your own senses, then only other 3 Anugrahams will be useful for you. See, a fellow wants to sit in the gutter water. What he will do? Repeatedly he wants to live in the gutter water, like a pig. I like Swami, pig says, I like Swami. It wants dirtiness. What to do? When even Bhagavan Vishnu has taken that form, the nature of the form is what? Living in the gutter water. And after finishing Hiranyaksha, for killing Hiranyaksha, he took that form. After killing that, he should come back to his normal form now. No. He started marrying other pigs and started living with children pigs. Then Devatas went and requested Bhagavan, drama over Bhagavan, remove your Vesha. Very nice it is. What nice? Living with these people in gutter water, very nice. I find very comfortable like that. Then all the Devatas went to Shivaloka and complained to Bhagavan Shiva. When Bhagavan Shiva came and reminded Vishnu, Bhagavan, your Loka is Vaikuntham. I got bored. No. I want to live here only like that. He expressed his desire to live in the gutter water. If Vishnu does this, it is not acceptable, na? Bhagavan and Shastram say, if you do this, then it is also not acceptable. Because your Dhama is Vaikuntham. You are Vishnu. Why this story? Why this Leela? If I go and live in gutter water, you object, na? No, Bhagavan, you should not live here. Same only I tell to you. You get up from the gutter water. Bhagavan says to every Jiva. Nangalla Jiva. So I also will take Jiva role. Then you come and object, na? Then what happened, you know? Bhagavan Shiva had to use his Trishula. What is the meaning of Trishula, you know? What is the meaning of Trishula? Knowledge. That which pierces the ignorance. Bhagavan Shiva had Trishula, mother also had Trishula. Bhagavan Kartikeya has one Shula. The Trivel, Veeravel, what is that? Knowledge it is. Knowledge must be what? Deep, so big handle and very sharp. Some have one sharp edge, some have 3 sharp edges. Why you know? Sthula Shariram, Sukshma Shariram and Karana Shariram. All the 3 should be finished up. Some have 1. With 1, I will finish all the 3. Like that. These are all symbolic. So Bhagavan says, there is no option. You have to struggle to get up. And when you struggle to get up, I will help. Or my presence will help. Therefore, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Braja. Coming back must be your attempt. You have to start coming back. You have to think that you have to get up. Then only others will help to get up. Then only others' help will be useful for you to get up. If you don't want to get up, however much somebody pulls you, what? Others can do. You cannot. They say, nah, it is easy to wake up a person who is sleeping, but not easy to wake up a person who is pretending as though sleeping. Understood? Because your will is very important. In Bible, we come across an incident. I use this incident for spiritual life. How they interpret, I don't know. Many times I shared this with Christian fathers when I took classes for them on Vedanta. It was a wonderful interpretation like that they told. I just share with you. In Bible, in Jesus' life, we come across two disciples. One was Peter, another was Judas. Both refused Jesus. Both told we don't have any relationship with him. Both told we are not his disciple to save their life. Peter was asked thrice, do you know him? Peter was afraid of being crucified along with Christ. So, in order to save his physical personality, he told lie and refused the Lord. No, I don't know Christ. Bhagavan Christ told this, Peter, before this incident itself, you will refuse me thrice. Like Shastra says, na, you will fall means what? You will refuse the Lord. You will take the side of senses. You will take the side of emotional needs. You will not take the side of Bhagavan. Suppose you have come late, your prayer time is over, now dinner time and news time in your routine. What you will do? If you are a sincere person, you will finish your prayer and go for dinner. If you are a general wala, already time is over, let me eat and go for entertainment. You understand now? So every time there is an election between Bhagavan and world. Yaar vote podre? To whom you are going to vote? Every day, every moment in our mind, we have to take decision. Should I go for sensory items or should I go for spiritual practice? Bhagavan Christ told Peter, you will take the side of senses and refuse me the Lord. Then Peter told, no, I will never refuse you. You are my prana, like that, all vasanas, all nicely written in the Bible. Then, when the actual moment of test came, he failed. Okay. Similarly, Judas. For Judas also, Christ told, you will be a traitor. Not only you will refuse me, out of greediness, you will take the side of opposite people. Who are that opposite people in spiritual life? Senses, sensory objects. Judas also refused. No, I will be a very honest person, loyal person, truthful person for you. Like that. They purchased him for 30 gold coins. The conspirators to kill Jesus, it comes in that life history. Whether it happened or not, we don't know. But I am just quoting the Bible and using that incident for our spiritual context. So he was purchased. Then Jesus was arrested according to the message given by the Judas. Judas only gave the message where Jesus was hiding. He was not hiding. He was living there. That's all. So after crucifixion, both Peter and Judas were overpowered by the guilt. Hurry, for 30 golden coins I have given up my master. Like that. This Judas. And for Peter, there was a guilt. Hurry, just a threat to the life. Just because there may be a possibility of threat to the life. I also may be arrested. I also might have been crucified. For to save this body, I have refused my master, my prana. Like that. Both had that guilt. Telling this, I asked the audience, wherein Christian fathers and nuns are there, why we accept Peter as saint and reject Judas as not a saint? They could not answer my question. Why we accept Peter as saint and reject Judas as not a saint? Why you know? Because Peter has come back to Christ. Peter has come back to Christ, accepting his fault He has come back for the solution. He has decided to raise himself and associate himself and face the crucifixion which may be possible in future life. He openly declared, yes, I am the associate. He was actually crucified again. Peter also was crucified, you know. Peter also was crucified, ready to be crucified and to come back to the Lord is a sign of saintliness, is a sign of spiritual living. Not that we are doomed just by falling. There is always a chance given by the Lord. Come back, my dear. I am here. I will never refuse you. Bhagavan has given promises. Sakrude prapannaya tavasmi iti cha yachate abhayam sarvabhudebhyo dadami edat pratam mama. Anayaina mahabhaga tattasya abhayam maya. Vibhishano va sugriva yadiva ravana swayam. When he was ready to accept Ravana type of jiva, why can't me? That must be the faith in our heart. Apichet suduracharo bhajate mam ananyabhak sadureva samantavyaha samyak vyavasito hi saha क्षिप्रम भवति धर्मात्मा शश्वशांति निगच्छति कौन्तेय प्रतिजानीहि नमे भक्त प्रणश्यति. What an assurance for all spiritual seekers. This assurance should be a beacon light. That doesn't mean go on falling voluntarily. He will not refuse. So consciously doing mistakes and consciously doing adharma, that's not the idea. In spite of your carefulness and alertness and effort to lead a spiritual life, because of samskara and vasanas or because of the environment, if you fall, don't put yourself down. Uddared atmana atmanam. Therefore, in general, manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mameva yeshasi satyante pradijane priyosine. What an assurance it is. You make me as the center of your life, as the center of your thought process, as the center of your all activities. You eat for my sake. You marry for my sake. Mother Meera has done that. Krishna told, therefore he married. That's all. You beget children for my sake. யாருக்காவது கதை சொல்லணும்ல, எங்க குழந்தை பெத்துக்கிறீங்க, why you want child? I ask parent when they come and complain, Swamiji, we have not yet received the gift of the Lord, no children. Then when I ask, why you want children, they don't have an answer for this. What is the answer? Children is always for what? To take the knowledge, culture and the lifestyle of the Sanatana Dharma to go to the next generation. No parent told, I wanted to teach all this Dharma and Vedanta, scriptures, stories to my child. Kada solradhukaga kuழந்தை வேணும். What for marriage? You should have a companion to share your story. Not to earn and make your purse and bureau full. Why Bhagavan Shiva married, you tell? Before marriage, he has done Kama Dahana. Then afterwards, why he did marriage? Narada Bhagavan came and asked, Bhagavan, before marriage itself, you finished off this fellow. Kama. Desires you have finished off. Why you married? No. I need someone to talk about my Rama. So first night, the honeymoon day they call nowadays, whole night mother heard Ramayana. You know, that's called Adhyatma Ramayana. Honeymoon day means what? You have to talk about honeymoon. Who is that honeymoon? Bhagavan Rama is the honeymoon. Your Gurudev is the honeymoon. Why you should marry? To share stories of Bhagavan. Why you should beget children? To share stories of Bhagavan. Why you go to job? To share stories of Bhagavan. Swamiji, in office you should tell. Initially there will be some obstacle. Afterwards, whenever they want to hear story, they will come to you automatically. It happened. With many people it happened. But you have to withstand the onslaught. என்ன ஆனாலும் பரவாயில்லைங்க, கதை சொல்ல விட மாட்டேன். என்ன ஆனாலும் பரவாயில்ல. Whatever it may be, I will not stop telling this story. Any situation, I will tell one story. You decide. People will be afraid of coming to you initially, then they will be loving to come to you afterwards. So therefore, Bhagavan says, Sarva Dharman Parityajya, Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. For any reason, any activity, any thought process in your life, only one person must be associated with you. Who is that? It is me. Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Initially, Sarva Adharman Parityajya, afterwards, Sarva Dharman. If you find no one is ready to hear your stories in your family, take sannyas. Bhagavan says. What is the use of family members if they don't hear your words, and that too about Lord? Why you should stay in that family where Nastikavada is there? Tell. Say goodbye. Like Mother Meera. As long as Rana came to Krishna's temple, she was with Rana. When Rana decided to destroy the Krishna's temple, Mother Meera told goodbye. No, Swami, how can we also tell like that? At least mentally you say goodbye. Physically you may stay. Mentally say goodbye to all people. Arey, you are not for hearing Lord's glory. What is there for me to relate with you? All right, I will give whatever service you require, but I will not give my mind and time. I will not give my love, because you don't recognize my beloved. How can I recognize you as beloved? You understand? That's what Prahlada Swami did. He'll be very obedient son. But when topic of Bhagavan comes, he'll stand like this. In front of him, Rakshasa, about whom all the three worlds are afraid of. But he will stand like this. Tell the truth, Prahlada. Narayana is the only truth. He'll tell. Understand? That conviction. If you live like that, in spite of all your weaknesses, it is my responsibility to make you to recognize and own up that Nitya Muktatvam. Tesham Tatata Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mam Upayantite Teshameva Anukamphatam Aham Ajnanajam Tamaha Nashayami Atma Bhutasto Jnana Deepena Bhaspata. My dear, it is my duty. Once you decided that you want me, it is my duty to accept you and do everything to take you on my lap. What an assurance. It's all tremendous emotional bond between the Jiva and the Ishvara. The Ishvara says, once only you tell that you belong to me. Only once you tell that you belong to me, it is my duty. Even if you are a cantankerous person, apiche suduracharaha api. Suduracharaha. What a compassionate Lord. What a wonderful teaching. What is Sampradaya. What a grand Guru Parampara. What a Shastra Pramana. If we don't make use of all this, really we are unfortunate. So what is the way? The ladder of climbing starts with the remembrance of the Lord and handing ourselves totally to the Lord. That is why in every Upanishad, the first mantra will be handing over mantra, which is called Shanti mantra. First mantra will be remembrance of the Lord, asking for guidance and protection. About the Shanti mantra, we will have some more classes. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishnarpanamastu.
वनपति गोविन्द बन्धनो नक्रहरणो बन्ध चक्रधरणो बन्ध नक्रहरणो बन्ध चक्रधरणो बन्ध अक्रूरगीतत्री विक्रमबन्धनो अक्रूरगीतत्री विक्रमबन्धनो देवबन्दानन्द स्वामि बन्दानो देवरदेव शिरोमणि बन्धनो वामनबन्ध लक्ष्मणाग्रजबन्ध भक्ति वामनबन्ध लक्ष्मणाग्रजबन्ध अक्षयफलद श्रीलक्ष्मीरमणबन्ध अक्षयफल